Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and for this video lecture, we're going to talk about circles. Let's start with the learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to learn about the concept of circles and solve problems involving circles. We will start with this definition. Let C be the given point. The set of all points P having the same distance from C is called a circle. The point C is called the center of the circle, and the common distance its radius. So let's plot point C. Point C will be our center. This is a fixed point. We will give C the coordinates xy. Now let's plot another point P, or let's call it P sub 1. This point P sub 1 is anywhere in the Cartesian coordinate plane, unlike C, which is fixed. The distance between these two, I have here a graphing compass. So between these 2 points, we can determine their distance. So according to our graphing compass, the distance between them is about 2.7 centimeters. So if we retain the distance 2.7 centimeters and draw other points away from C, let's call this distance radius, or C. If we are going to plot other points, maintaining the distance 2.7 or distance R, let's have your P sub 3, P sub 4. So as you will notice, there are infinitely many points that you can draw on your plane that is R units away from our fixed point C. Now, if we're going to draw a smooth curve connecting all of these points, let's change the color to blue so that you can see it better. So using your graphing tool or graphing compass, if you connect all the points that is R units away from C, you will end up, or you will be able to generate a circle. Okay? Now, since you already know the idea of circles and how to generate circles from our distances away from our circle C or center C, let's move to the next slide. Before I go to the next slide, please take note that this R here is called the radius, okay? So for circles, for our study of circles, you have to recall the following. These are the ideas that I think you are already familiar with because of your previous courses and your previous math subjects when you were in high school. For the distance formula, we know that if we are given 2 points, x, um, x sub 1, y sub 1, this is point A, and point B, x sub 2, y sub 2, we can compute for the distance between these 2 points using the formula x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Now let's apply it to circles. Why do we need the distance formula? So let's draw a circle again with point C, and then another point P. So the needle point should be placed on our fixed point, and then the pen point should be placed on one of the coordinates of the circle P. And then draw the circle using your graphing tool or using your graphing compass. So the distance between C and P is R. So C can be located at x sub 1, y sub 1, while P can be located at x sub 2, y sub 2. So applying this idea, since we have coordinates of this point in our Cartesian plane, R is also equal to the value D. So using the distance formula, you can find the radius of a circle given that you have the coordinates of the center and the coordinates of a point on the circle. Now let's go to equations of a circle. We have two forms here, the standard form and the general form. There are other forms of equations, but we are only going to focus on these two. For the standard form of the equation of the circle, on most textbooks, the center is given the coordinates hk. So for the standard form of the circle, that is x minus the coordinate of the center, h squared, it is the x coordinate, plus y minus the y coordinate of the center, which is k, squared, is equal to r squared, where h and k is the center of the circle. Now let's look at the case wherein the origin is the center. If the origin is the center of your circle, then your value for h will be 0, since the origin has the coordinates 0, 0, plus y minus 0 squared is equal to r squared. So this will make your equation be equal to x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. So if you see equations such as this, then automatically the center is located at the origin. Now let's talk about the general form of the circle. It is given by ax squared plus ay squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. And you have to take note that a shouldn't be equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then x squared and y squared will be eliminated, giving us only cx plus dy plus e, which is just a linear equation. Or we have x squared plus y squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. Okay? So you have to take note of the distance formula because we need that for finding the radius. We need to remember the standard form of the equation of a circle and also the general form of the equation of the circle. Okay? Alright, that was nice. Now let's go to some examples. You have to graph and find the equation of the circle in standard form given the following conditions. The center is located at the origin and the radius is 4. I have here, of course, a graphing compass and a Cartesian plane. If you are asked to find the graph, it is very easy because all you have to do is to plot the center and also count 4 units away from the center, and you will find one of the coordinates of the circle. You only need the center and one of its coordinates to generate a graph because we have a tool here. If you don't have a graphing tool, then all you have to do is to measure 4 units around the circle and then connect all the points. But it'll be very easy if you have a graphing tool. So I suggest that you invest in a graphing tool. Okay? Now, let's plot the center. This is the center C. It is located at the origin. Now, let's consider the radius 4. Let's use the fact that the radius is 4. So we have to count 4 units away from C. So it is really easy to count 4 units horizontally and vertically away from C. But if you want to draw a line that has a positive slope o kaya a negative slope, it's up to you. You can always use a straight edge or a ruler to measure 4 units. So, para sa akin, it is very easy to count 4 units away from C horizontally or vertically. So, count lang ako dito. We have 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units, 4 units. So, I know that this is a coordinate P of the circle. This is one of the points on the circle. If you wish to use the y-axis or the negative x-axis, negative y-axis, that is also fine. So I have here 4 coordinates of the circle. These points are all 4 units away from the center. So all I have to do is to place my needle point of my graphing compass on C and then adjust my pen point and place it on P, on one of the coordinates of the circle, and then just rotate, and I will be able to come up with a circle. So that is all you have to do to generate a perfect circle. Now that we already know what the graph looks like, let's go to the equation part. We have to write it in standard form. So how are we going to write it in standard form? Let's use the green pen. So for the standard form of the equation, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. We're already given with h and k. H and k is located at the origin, so we have 0, 0. We have here x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared, which is equal to our radius 4. We have to square 4. Sabi ko nga kanina, sinulat naman natin doon if the center is located at the origin, then the left-hand side will automatically be equal to x squared plus y squared na lang. And then, 4 squared is equal to 16. This is the standard form of the equation of our circle. Okay? Andali, diba? Now, let's go to another example. This time, you have to find the equation of the circle and graph it at the same time, but the radius is not given, so you have to compute for it pa. Again, I have here a Cartesian plane. All we have to do is to graph our circle on the Cartesian plane. Our center is again located at the origin, 0, 0. And one point on the circle is negative 3 and 4. So, negative 3 siya sa x. Just count 3 units to the left. Negative 3 and then count 4 units pataas. We have here negative 3 and 4. This is negative 3 and 4. This is 0, 0. Now, let's place our needle point dito sa center. And then, the pen point or the pencil point should be placed on negative 3, 4, the point on the circle. And after that, rotate. So you will end up with this circle. This is the circle with center at the origin and point negative 3, 4. Okay? Now, let's find the equation in standard form. Since we don't know what the radius is, before we can write the standard form, we have to find the radius first. So how do we find the radius? We use the distance formula. D is equal to x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. What is x sub 2? So, ang ginagawa ko, para hindi ako nalilito sa x sub 1 and x sub 2, this is just a tip ha. I always use the center as my x sub 1, y sub 1. Si HK, siya yung x sub 1, y sub 1 ko lagi. And the coordinate of the circle, the coordinates of the point on the circle, negative 3 and 4, siya lagi yung ginagawa kong x sub 2, y sub 2. But it's up to you. If you want your center to be x sub 2, y sub 2, and you want the point on the circle to be x sub 1, y sub 1, no problem. As long as your subscripts are in line, kung x sub 1 ito, dapat ka-partner niya si y sub 1. Kung x sub 2 ito, dapat ka-partner niya si y sub 2. Walang magiging problema. Just don't mess up your subscripts and you will be fine. So, balik tayo dito sa computation natin. Since nag-assign na ako ng mga variables sa kanila, x sub 2, we have negative 3 minus x sub 1, which is 0. Plus, y sub 2, we have 4, minus y sub 1, we have 0. This is equal to, pareha silang nakasquare ha, negative 3 squared plus 4 squared, which is equal to the square root of 9 plus 16, which is equal to the square root of 25. Therefore, our radius is 5. Okay? Alright. Now, let's write the standard form. So, para sa standard form of our circle, we already know that if the center is at the origin, ang left-hand side niya will be x squared plus y squared na kaagad. All we have to do is to input our radius and square it. So we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. This is now the standard equation of our circle or the equation in standard form. I hope that was clear because we are going to move to another example. Ayan. Paano kung yung center mo is not at the origin anymore? So, gawa tayo dito ng isang, or lagay tayo dito ulit ng isang Cartesian plane. Ayan. Medyo maliit pala yung Cartesian plane ko, so i-adjust ko lang siya saglit. Dapat mas malaki siya dito sa y-axis. Oops. Parang ayaw niya mag-move. Ayaw niyan lumaki. Wag na nga. Mamaya ko na lang siya palalakihin. Ay. Okay, so I've already adjusted our Cartesian plane. Yan, mas malaki na siya. Let's locate the center. So the center is located at -1, 3. So that is 1 unit to the left of the origin and 3 units above. So andito si -1, 3. Next, point on the circle. A point on the circle is at 3, 6. So that is 3 units to the right of the origin and 6 units above. So 1, 2, 3 to the right, 6 units above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 3, 6. Now let's get our graphing tool. Point the needle point or place the needle point on the center, and then the pen part should be at the .36. And then after that, just rotate. You will be able to generate your circle. This is the graph for our circle with center -1, 3 and point on the circle 3, 6. Now, ang kailangan natin ay isulat siya in general form. Nako, general form na pala siya. So, before we can write it in general form, of course, we have to write it in standard form first. And aside from that, we also need to find the radius. So, for the standard form, requirement natin hanapin si radius r. So, let's find the radius r. R is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Alright. Now, let's assign coordinates here. I want my center to be x sub 1, y sub 1, but it's up to you. Again, it's up to you. If you want this to be x sub 2, y sub 2, kayo ang bahala. Next, we have 3 and 6 as x sub 2 and y sub 2. Let's input our values. X sub 2 is 3 minus x sub 1, which is -1. You have to be careful when dealing with negative numbers. Always remember that you have to enclose them within a pair of grouping symbols. Kapag ka meron siyang minus operation before it. So, plus, we have y sub 2 is 6 minus 3. And then, square. Oops! Medyo may mali pala ako dito. Nalagay ko siya sa square kaagad. Burahin ko lang siya. Yan. I-square natin sila after. Now, we have 3 minus -1 is 3 plus 1 squared plus 6 minus 3 is 3 squared. This is the square root of 4 squared. 4 squared is 16. And 3 squared is 9. Hilig ko sa 25. Kasi, perfect square. Yan kasi yung pinakamaliit na combination eh. Yan. So, we have here 5. Sum of both square is still a perfect square. Kaya yan yung lagi kong ginagamit for the sake of giving you a good example. So, yan. We have r is equal to 5. Pero hindi laging ganito yung case, ha? Huwag kayo laging mag-expect na whole number yung r. Minsan, hindi siya perfect square, yung r squared. Ay, yung r, hindi siya whole number. Kasi yung square niya ay hindi perfect square. Now, let's go to the standard form. Hatiin ko siya dito. Dito yung standard form, dito yung general form after. Okay? So, we have here the standard form. Pagawin natin yung kulay. Ito si standard form. The standard form, since wala siya sa origin, si center ay wala sa origin, we have to follow x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Substitute natin. Ang center, siya si hk. Ayan. So, si center na hk, we have x minus h. So, we have minus negative 1. Or simply, kung ano yung mga ginamit nyo dito, yun din yun. Squared. Plus, y minus k. K is 3. Y minus 3 squared is equal to r squared. We found out that our r is 5. So, we have 5 squared here. X minus 1. Or x minus negative 1. We have x plus 1. And then, syempre, i-square mo pa siya. Plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 25. So, this is now the standard form of our equation. Next, doon naman tayo kay general form. Ano ba magandang kulay? So, si general form, para mahanap natin siya, all we have to do is to look at our standard form of the equation. So, dun lang na naman siya nakabase. So, lagay natin dito si general form. So, from our standard form, x plus 1 squared plus y sub 3, y minus 3 squared is equal to 25. All you have to do is to expand. So, x plus 1, i-expand natin siya. You are going to have x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay? By this time, I expect you to know the special products by heart. So, hindi na dapat kayo nag-FOIL method. Dapat isang tingin nyo pa lang dito, kaya nyo nang i-generate yung, or kaya nyo na siyang i-expand kaagad without using the FOIL method. Now, let's go to y minus 3 squared. So, we have y squared minus 6y plus 9. And then all of it will be equal to 25. Next, sabi natin dapat ang form niya x squared plus y squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. So, itong 25, using the addition property of equality, let's subtract 25 from both sides. So, we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9 minus 25 is equal to 0. Nag-minus tayo ng 25 from both sides using APE. Now, let's combine like terms. Are there any like terms? Yes, we have 1, we have 9, and negative 25. So, what is 1 plus 9 minus 25? 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 minus 25 is negative 15. So, we have here x squared plus 2x plus y squared. Sorry, this is 6y minus 6y minus 15 is equal to 0. Or let's arrange this according to our general form. Magkasama yung dalawang higher degrees. So, x squared plus y squared plus 2x minus 6y minus 15 is equal to 0. So, this is the general form of our equation. So, this is the standard form. This is the general form. Okay? I hope that was clear. I know nakakasunod pa naman kayo eh. Now, let's move to the next part. Ayan na. Find the center, the radius, and the equation in standard form of the circle given the following condition. So, the general form of our equation is x squared plus y squared minus 6x is equal to 7. Yan, medyo mahirap-hirap siya. Why? Kasi we have to write it in standard form first. If we are able to find the standard form of the equation of the circle, then we can automatically inspect na lang the standard form and look at the values of h, k, and r. Then we will be able to graph the circle. So, yun yung una natin gawin. Ay, lagay ako dito ng linya. So, find the standard form first. Okay. So, in finding the standard form of our equation, you should recall the idea of completing the squares. Ayan. So, let's write here our given equation, x squared plus y squared minus 6x is equal to 7. Let's combine the values with variables x. So, we have x squared minus 6x plus y squared is equal to 7. So, this part here, x squared minus 6x, those sharing the same variables x, we can use completing the squares to make this a perfect square trinomial. So, for here, we can write it as x squared minus 6x plus, to make it a perfect square, we have to add negative 6 over 2 squared. So, this is just the reverse of special products. Factoring naman tayo mamaya. Plus y squared is equal to 7. But following addition property of equality, since we added here negative 6 over 2 squared, we have to add it on the other side as well to make them equal. So, we have negative 6 over 2 squared. Okay? So, after that, kiklear ko dito ha, completing the squares. Baka kasi makalimutan nyo. I-segue ko na lang din muna dito. Baka kasi limot na. If you have x squared minus 6x plus negative 6 over 2 squared, all you have to do is locate the value of b. So, pag nakuha nyo na si b, divide it by 2a. And then, square it. So, saan galing si b tsaka si 2a? Dun sa ax squared plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic equation. Is equal to 0. Ayan. So, ganito yung pagkuha ng term to make your trinomial a perfect square. Now, let's go back to our problem. We have x squared minus, naku, naglalag na siya. Pagod na yung pen ko. Plus 9 plus y squared. If you're going to compute for this is negative 6 divided by 2, negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. Equal to, so 7. Ito ay 9 din. So 7 plus 9 is 16. Naintindihan naman ako, di ba? Laking tiwala ko sa inyo. Alam ko naiintindihan nyo ako. Now, let's factor x squared minus 6x plus 9. If you are going to factor this, you will end up with x minus 3 times x minus 3. And of course, we have here y squared is equal to 16. Giving us x minus 3 squared plus y squared is equal to 16. Which is, yes, this is the standard form of our equation. Galing, di ba? Ganyan lang siya kadali. Now, i-analyze natin yung mga values from the standard form of our equation. What is going to be our center and our radius? And how can we plot it on our Cartesian plane? So first, let's look for the center. So for the center, i-analyze mo lang yung standard equation natin. We have x minus 3 squared plus y squared is equal to 16. That will give us x minus 3 squared plus y minus 0. Kasi wala naman nakalagay sa kanya, di ba? Is equal to 16. So, what is h and what is k? From our standard form, this is h. This is k. So, we have 3 and 0 as our center. Okay? Now, let's look for colorful na niya. For our radius. Ang gagamitin lang natin paghahanap ng radius, again, ay yung standard form natin. X minus 3 squared plus y squared is equal to 16. R squared is equal to 16. Get the value of r by extracting the root of r squared. We have r is equal to 4. This is the final answer for... Ay, nakakapagod. This is the final answer for our radius. Now, ang gagawin na natin ay mag-plot ng center at magbilang ng units away from the center following the radius. Asan si center? It is at 3, 0. So, 3 units to the right of the origin. Tapos, di ka gagalaw ng taas-baba. So, nandyan ka lang. 3, 0. After that, 4 units away from the radius. So, pwede kang magbilang to the right, to the left, above, o kaya below. Parang, dahil maliit itong aking Cartesian plane, parang gusto kong palitan yung Cartesian plane ko para magkasya sila. Gusto ko kasi ipakita lahat ng sides. Gusto ko siyang palakihin. Okay. So, from here, let's locate the center ulit. At is at 3, 0. Ayan. Ito siya. This is 3, 0. 4 units. To the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one of the coordinates of the circle. That is at 7, 0. Next, minus naman tayo ng 4. So, 3 minus 4, that is negative 1. So, we expect our next coordinate to be at negative 1. Try natin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tama. That is at negative 1. Next, 3, 0. Up naman tayo. So, plus 4 naman tayo sa K. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ayan, nandito na tayo. And then, minus 4 naman tayo sa K. Edi, negative 4 naman. So, how do I get those coordinates? So, from the center, I just add and subtract 4 units. Add and subtract ka lang ng 4 units. You will end up with 7, 0, 3, 4. Tapos dito naman, we have negative 1, 0. Tapos dito naman, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, negative 4. So, pag na-plot mo na lahat ng mga points mo, gagawin naman natin, i-graph na natin siya. So, si needle point, again, should be located at our center. Ayan. And then, at one of the coordinates, si graphing point or si pen point. I don't know what this point is called. Ayan. And then, draw a line. Or draw a smooth curve connecting all the points. Gusto kasi purple siya eh. Yan. Yan siya. This is now our graph for the circle with the equation in general form, x squared plus y squared minus 6x is equal to 7. Okay? Alam ko na susundan niyo ako. If you have any questions, kayang-kaya niyo naman ako i-message. You know my email address. So, please feel free to send me an email. Next tayo. May susunod pa ba akong example? Ayun, may susunod pa akong example. Ayan, ito na. Find the center radius equation in standard form of the circle given the following condition. So, the general form is 16x squared plus 16y squared plus 96x minus 4y is equal to 315. Ako, personally, medyo tamad ako. So, ang ipapakita ko sa inyo, yung shortcut. Ayan. First, let's find the standard form. You remember when we completed the square earlier, I told you to add negative b over 2a. If we are going to write this in such a way that those sharing the same variables will be placed together, 16x squared plus 96x plus 16y squared minus 40y is equal to 315. Magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang grupo na i-complete yung square. We have 16x squared plus 96x at saka 16y squared minus 40y is equal to 315. If you're going to complete the square of 16x squared plus 96x, ang gagawin mo muna, mag-a-add ka ng 96 over 16 times 2. So, 16 times 2 is 32. So, si 96, di-divide mo ng 32. 32. So, 32. Sabi ko nga, di ba, medyo tamad-tamad ako. If you are going to look at your values, 16, 96, 16, 40 and 315, pwede namang i-eliminate na natin kaagad yung mga 16 dun sa unahan para madali na siyang i-complete maya-maya. So, i-eliminate natin yung numerical coefficient ng mga degree 2. So, i-divide natin both sides by 16. So, multiply both sides by 1 over 16. Kung alam kong calcu. So, 16x squared divided by 16, of course, this is x squared. Plus, 96 na. 96, divide natin siya by 16. O, meron tayong 6x. O, di ba? Ang dali niya mamayang i-complete. Plus, 16 divided by 16, we have y squared minus 40 divided by 16. Ito hindi to perfect. It's okay. We have 40 divided by 16. Both of them are divisible by 8. So we have 5 over 2y is equal to 315. Divide natin siya by 16. Oh, hindi rin siya perfect square. Hindi rin siya perfect na, na quotient. Lagyan na natin dito, 315 over 16. Mamaya ako na siya po problemahin. Okay. So, pagka ganito na siya, mas madali tayong makakapag-complete ng squares. So, we have here x squared plus 6x plus, so yung gitna, we have 6, divide natin siya by 2, tapos i-square natin siya after. Plus, y squared minus 5 over 2y. Tapos, ang gagawin natin dito, plus ulit, minus 5 over 2, tapos di-divide mo pa siya ulit by 2. Tapos, saka mo siya i-square. Saya, di ba? Is equal to 315 over 16. Yan na siya. So, tuloy natin. We have x squared plus 6x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Square it, you will have 9. O, dito tayo sa kabila. Plus y squared minus 5 over 2y. Solve nga muna natin to dito sa isang side para ito ay dito ko isa-solve ha. We have negative 5 over 2 divided by 2 is equal to negative 5 over 2 times 1/2. Do you still remember operations in fraction? So, ganyan yan. We have negative 5 over 4. Tapos, i-square mo pa siya. You are going to end up with positive 25 over 16. This is plus 25 over 16 is equal to 315 over 16. Tapos kung ano yung mga ini-insert natin dito, si 9 at saka si 25 over 16, we have to add it also on the other side. Remember, what you do on one side of the equation must be done on the other side as well. That is one of the 10 commandments of mathematics. We have plus 9 plus 25 over 16. Proceed na tayo with completing. Ay, tapos na pala sa completing the square. Factoring na tayo. So, this is x plus 3 times x plus 3 or x plus 3 squared. Plus, dito naman sa kabila, we have y minus. Kung ano yung ginamit niya dito, yung nandito, ito, 5 over 2 over 2. Yun yung magiging value niya in place of the second term dun sa binomial natin. So, we have negative 5 over 4. Oops. So, minus. Kaya siya minus. So, kung gusto niyo siya i-expand, kayong bahala. Negative 5 over 4 times negative 5 over 4. You will end up with ito talaga. Next. Square natin siya. Tapos equal siya sa, nakikita nyo pa? Kita nyo pa yan. 315. Bawasan natin siya dagdagan natin siya ng 25. Unahin natin yung fraction. So, we have 315 plus 25 is 340. Tapos, i-divide natin siya by 16. 340 divided by 16. Oh, hindi siya perfect. Plus 9. Nako, hindi pala to perfect. Kala ko perfect. Okay, proceed tayo. We have x plus 3 squared plus y minus 5 over 4 squared is equal to, yan, so 16. So 340 plus 9 times 16. Ay, ba't nawala? Sorry, tamad na ako mag-compute ng mano-mano eh. So, we have 9 times 16. You have here 144. So, divide mo siya by 16. We have x plus 3 squared plus y minus 5 over 4 squared is equal to 144 plus 340. 484. Divided by 16. Ay, ano ba yan? 484 divided by 16. Ay, hindi rin siya perfect. May point something siya. So, pwede natin siya i-reduce to lowest term. Both of them are divisible by 4 naman. So, we have x plus 3 squared. Sana pa naglagay dito ang calculator para nakikita nyo rin yung ginagawa ko pag nagka-calculate ako, no? Pero, kayang-kaya nyo na yan. Both of them are divisible by 4. So, this is 121 divided by 4. Ayan, mag-graph na tayo. Finally, yes. Kasya pa naman dito. Maintindihan nyo pa naman ako, di ba? Kung dito ko ilalagay. Kinakausap ko kayo kahit di ko kayo kaharap. Hanapin natin si center. So, si center ay nasan ka center? Nasa O, tingnan nyo. Nasa plus 3 siya. So, this can be written as x minus negative 3 squared. Kasi di ba ang format natin, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So, dapat minus yung nasa una. If you have plus in front of your second term, then its coordinate will be negative. Plus y minus 5 over 4 squared is equal to 1 to 1 over 4. So, h ay equal kay negative 3 at si k ay equal kay 5 over 4. That is always the opposite of the symbol that you have on your h and k dito. So, our center is at negative 3 and 5 over 4. Okay? Okay. Next, dito tayo sa susunod. Hanapin natin si radius. Ang r squared natin ay equal sa 1 to 1 over 4. Parehas yung perfect square. R. Ang r natin ay, ano ang square root ng 1 to 1? Galing. That is 11. Ano square root ng 4? Of course, that is 2. Or approximately, the radius is 5 point, ano ba yan? 5.5. Okay? So, that is equal to 5.5. Paano tayo mag-graph? Kayang-kaya yan. Kaso, parang gusto ko maglagay ng isa pang sheet. Kasi, gusto ko mapakita ng maayos yung graph. O, di ba? Grabe yung ano natin, yung board natin. Lagay tayo ng isa pa. Copy natin siya. Okay. Ano lang ba kailangan natin? Center tsaka radius na lang naman yung kailangan natin eh. Since nakuha nyo na yung standard form kanina, burahin ko na to. Burahin ko na sila. Tapos titira ko tong radius tsaka tong center. Hindi kaya. Lipat muna kita dito sa isang side. I don't know if I can yell any louder. How many times have I kicked you clear? Ayan, lipat natin siya dito. Tapos, itong mga graphing tool ko, dito naman sa kabila. Parang masyado itong malaki. Litan natin. Ay, mali. Ito siya. Hindi ko ito magagamit mamaya. So, lagay tayo bago. Lakihan natin siya ng konti. The center is at negative 3 and 5 over 4. Where is negative 3 and 5 over 4? So, negative 3, of course, dito siya, 3 units to the left. Ito. And then 5 over 4, if you are going to compute for its value, that is not approximately, it is exactly equal to 1.25. So, nasa taas siya, 1, tapos ito yung, hingin natin siya kulay red. Ito yung 1.5, ito yung 1.25. So, approximate natin siya. Andito si negative 3 at saka 1.25. Yan, nandyan sila. Ngayon, hanap tayo ng radius or units away. So, sabi ko kanina, 'di ba? 5.5, pwede mo siyang i-add or subtract na lang on both coordinates. So, we have negative 3. Si negative 3, pag binawasan mo siya or dinagdagan mo siya ng 5.5, you will end up with, ito ko siya ba siya pwede isulat? So, negative, si negative 3, pwede mo siyang i-plus minus ng 5.5. Ganon din si 1.25. Pwede mo siyang i-minus plus 5.5. You will end up with 4 other coordinates. So, let's try to plot those 4 points. Let's call them P sub 1, P sub 2, P sub 3, P sub 4. Hindi ko pala ito na-discuss kanina, no? Sana pala na ipakita ko sa inyo. Nag-assume ako na alam nyo na siya. And I think, malaki naman yung tiwala ko sa inyo. I think, alam nyo na naman talaga siya. Common sense lang naman yun. So, we have minus 3 plus 5.5 is equal to 2.5. This is another point. We have 2.5 and 1.25. So, hindi ka pwede mag-add. Pag dito mo siya ina-add sa x, do not add it or subtract it from y. You can only use 5.5 once on the coordinates, either on the x-coordinate o kaya sa y-coordinate. Doon naman sa kabila, we have negative 3 minus 5.5. You will end up with negative 8.5 and then 1.25. Doon naman tayo sa kabila. We're not going to touch negative 3, but we will add or subtract from 1.25. So, si 1.25, add tayo sa kanya ng 5.5. That is 6.75. Doon naman sa kabila, si negative 3, subtract naman tayo sa kanya ng 5.5. Ay, ano ba yan? Negative 3 tuloy. Si 1.25, subtract tayo sa kanya ng 5.5. That is negative 4.25. Try nating i-plot tong apat na points na to and then see if our graphing tool will really pass through all those points. Gusto kong makita kung marunong pa tayo mag-approximate. So, 2.5. So, nandito si 2.5. Tapos, 1.25. Nandito siya. Ayan. This is our center C, ha. Baguhin ko pala yung kulay ng mga ano natin. Gawin ko siyang yellow or green. Green na lang. Ito yung mga points natin. 1.25. 2.5 and 1.25. Ito siya. Tapos, negative 8.5. edi ito, negative 8.5, ito siya. At saka 1.25, ito, dito siya. Sana magsakto mamaya. And then negative 3, 6.75. 6. Ito si 6. Edi half. Dapat pala tataas pa natin to. Hindi ka na pwedeng tumaas? Ganyan ka na lang? Dapat tataas ka pa eh. Babaan natin dito. Tapos pataasin natin dito sa kabila. Yun, tumaas siya. So, 6.75, edi half pa ulit nito. So, siya ay naandito. 3 at saka 0.75. Nandito siya. Approximately. And finally, negative 3 at saka negative 4.25. So, kalahati pa ulit. Edi 4.25. Ito siya. Ngayon, graph na tayo. So, si needle point ay naandito sa center. And then, choose one of the coordinates. And after that, draw a smooth curve. Nag-pass through! Connecting all the points. Ayan! Perfect yung circle natin. Nag-pass through siya dun sa mga points na inilagay natin kanina. I'm so happy. So, that will be it for our discussion for today for circles. I hope you learned something and I hope that you were able to recall the concepts that you should have learned na kasi third year na kayo, di ba? So, paki-master yung completing the squares kasi lagi niyo yan gagamitin. Those elementary principles or those basic algebraic principles that we have learned from before. Paki-review ulit siya. Thank you very much for staying with me for more than an hour and I'll see you next time. Bye!